Hello and welcome to the Seal All DIY video for homes. Seal All DIY Toolkit has been prepared to be able to recoat the roof in your house. We have always been looking for something that is simple to apply. You don't need special equipment, that you can do it, or I can do it. You don't need a crew of people to do it. That lasts a long time. You don't have to redo it every year, and doesn't have to cost you a lot. You don't have to get a second mortgage. Some roofing could cost you up to 20 grand, not the Seal All kit. Before we go into the kit and how to apply it, let's review what type of roofs you could have and how it will work. The first and most common are the shingle roofs. You could be asphalt, clay, concrete, wood, composite. They normally have a life expectancy between 10 to 50 years, but they start to leak normally after 7 years. TPO, rubber, laminate, asphalt sheeting, 10 to 15 years of expectancy, but between 5 to 7 years you need to start to watch out for leaks and damage. The most expensive and the more lasting roofs are metal, aluminum or other metal roofs. 30 to 50 years of life expectancy. The only issue is that you do have to check them regularly because you could have issues like oil canning, galvanic corrosion, oxidation, and that could actually cause leaks. The most important part is that we wanted something that could last a long time and we didn't have to worry too much about having leaks. That's something that is impervious to the environment and can take the sun and the rain. Yep, 30 years is enough. Let me introduce you to the Seal All Roof Kit. This kit contains absolutely everything you need, starting from rubber gloves, the Eco Roof shampoo that you need to wash your roof, the sealer paste along with a can opener, and a plastic spatula to be able to apply it. This is to be able to fix any repairs that you may have in your roof. A heavy-duty cleaning wipes. You also have an application guide, the 2-gallon tub of 100% professional silicone, professional grade. This is not what you buy in the big box stores. And of course a mixing piece of wood. You also have 2 brushes because you will need them. A roller, 2 foam rolls to be able to apply it. The most important part is that it also gives you a mill gauge. This allows you to measure the thickness of the layer that you're applying. This will allow you to see if you're applying enough material to be able to give you a long-lasting roof. This is the roof that we're going to be looking into and we're going to be working with. It's a 15-year-old asphalt shingle structural roof. The shingles are 15 years old, and if you look at them from this far, they look great, but when you start looking closer, you start seeing things that are not quite right. The shingles are not straight anymore. They're starting to bend. They're starting to break in some of the corners. They are starting to lift. See, the shingles underneath had a bead of sealant that it gets activated with heat and eventually sticks to the shingle underneath. So they form a seal because every shingle sticks to the shingle underneath. But after 15 years, actually far less than 15 years, that sealant starts failing. So first thing you do is you clean your roof. You get all the debris out of it and you start washing it with a shampoo. At this time, you also keep an eye to see what the condition of the roof is. You see if there's any possible areas in which you have to apply the silicone paste. Now, it's not a difficult process. It's actually very simple. I'm using a water hose, I'm using a soft brush, and I'm using the Eco Roof shampoo. Nothing simpler than that. A lot of people say, do I really need to do this? I mean, it's a roof, how dirty can it be? Let me show you what comes out. Can you see how dark the water coming out of the roof is? Yeah, that's what the Eco Roof shampoo gets out of your roof. It's a simple step, but it pays off long time. Now, here it is. As you see, the consistency of the sealant is like toothpaste. You put it in your spatula and you apply it to the area that you need to repair. I apologize, it's not easy to do all of this while holding the camera, But as you see, we're not going for a beauty contest. We're simply trying to fix a shingle that is not properly adhered to the roof. Keep in mind, all of this will be covered by the silicone. See, another shingle that is broken, and we're applying the sealant, making sure that we cover everything so structurally the roof is going to be sound. This is the other side of the roof, and as you can see, I keep applying the sealant into every one of the shingles that are not necessarily in good condition, adhering them to the main roof. And this will allow us eventually, after we apply the sealant, to make sure that the roof was in really good condition before applying the sealant. The next step will be to use the silicone sealant. Comes in a tub. First thing you need to consider is that you need to shake the tub before you open it, and then you need to stir it with a little steering stick. Now, you stir the stick and you need to do it really good, and you pull it up. If you see that the silicone is thicker in the bottom than the top, you need to keep stirring to get an even mix, okay? And don't let the tub open when you're not using it for a long period of time, because it will dry with humidity and it will skim. Now, once you're ready, you start applying it, and as you can see in the video, this is just like painting. It's not any more difficult than trying to paint a wall, trying to paint a floor. Now, of course, in a step ladder, because the step ladder is not higher than 6 feet, I do not require full protection, but we do encourage everybody to do this in a safely manner. Please be aware, roof accidents do happen, so be aware of using the proper protection. But as you see, it's not a difficult process to do. Now, every so often you might see me in the video that I go and I use the little mill gauge and I check what the thickness of the layer is, and if I see that it's not enough, I keep applying a little bit more, and I make sure that it's consistent across the entire roof. I also apply it and I make sure that there's no gaps between one shingle and the next, that the layer is continuous across the entire roof. The idea is to provide a single coat across the entire roof. You may have some cuts in the top because a lot of these roofs have a double layer of shingles in the tube, and some of them have actually bends. That's fine. But across the shingle area, you want to have a continuous layer. This is the finished view of the roof. As you see, you can still see the shingles through the coating, but it looks beautiful. It's all really nice, beautiful color, and this will last for 30 years, impervious to pretty much anything the weather can throw at it. Thank you very much.